Hello, all of you, my super cool magic nerd friends out there. I want to bring you a little bit of a deck tech and also kind of a tournament report, because I played in a wmcq today. And the backstory is that I was searching for the best deck, which you do every so often, and I got tired of it. And 2 days ago I felt like, no, I'm not gonna play it at all. I skip it. But then I came across a list, and I thought, that is a hell of a fun idea. Let's do this. So before I talk about the matches that I played, I want to show you the deck, and I have created the deck on YouTube. No, you're on YouTube. I have created it on Magic Online, just because I think it's much more easy to get a hang of what's going on. So we're gonna switch over and see if Magic Online also wants to switch over. Yes, there it is. So what we have here is a combo deck in standard. The combo is Curse of Exhaustion. When you enchant your opponent, they can't cast more than one spell each turn. That doesn't necessarily do very much on its own in this format. But then we have the Possibility Storm. And what happens when you have a Possibility Storm in play is that whenever a player casts a spell, it doesn't resolve, but it is instead exiled. And the player reveals card from his or her library until they reveal another card that shares a type with it. And then they may cast that card without paying for it. So what happens if you're only allowed to play one spell? Or cast? Well, first you cast your first one, and then you go through the motion of exiling cards until you hit your next spell that shares the type with it. And Possibility Storm then actually wants you to play or cast a spell for the second time this turn, which you are not allowed. So that means that this 2-card combo locks the opponent out from casting spells from his or her hand. They can cast flashback spells. Didn't happen today, but they can. So the rest of the deck, we have 3 Snapcaster Mages. It's a very aggressive meta right now, and he can be an Ambush Viper, or he can be an extra Pillar of Flame, extra Sweeper. Yeah, you know, by now everybody knows what a Snapcaster Mage does, right? Alright, so our removal package is 3 Pillar of Flames. They're really sweet early on, and the exiling is not irrelevant. We have 6 Sweepers, and to be quite honest, I will tune this deck a little bit, and I think I will go up to 4 Terminuses. Just because I got blown out today almost by... No, I got blown out today by Regeneration, and there is so much stuff going on with Voice of Resurgence and stuff like that. So, and you can hit this off Miracle. And you have plenty of chances to hit an extra Miracle on your opponent's turn. Because we have here the counter. This is the multi-package, so to speak. Well, here is one counter spell. So in the Syncopate, it's only a one-off. It's just there. But anyway, we have Is a Charm, which can kill creatures. It can counter spells, and you can draw cards, so you can loot with it. And after this, we have another Is a Charm. Alright, not gonna do it like that. So we have 3 Azorius Charms, which can act defensively, or just draws a card in hope for a chance of miracling a Terminus. We have Sphinx Revelation because we want to gain life and we want to find our combo. Think twice. Once again, extra chances on hitting the Terminuses and just drawing cards. It's always nice. We have 3 of the Exhaustion and 4 Possibility Storms. So once we hit the table with a Possibility Storm, it's very easy for us to just play another enchantment and hit the Curse of Exhaustion that way. And we also have two other enchantments, but they are in the pile of win cons. We also have 2 Jaces to draw cards and to be defensive. Works very well against Lingering Souls and its friends. And the win cons: Assemble the Legion and Blind Obedience. Blind Obedience, if you hit it early against one of those red-green really aggressive decks, or Golgari, Kolos, Jund, or whatever, they lock down the pigs, they lock down Drake Manglers, from attacking the first turn, and that's not irrelevant. So, when you have both of these cards on the table at once, you generally want to hit a sweep. So you can play a Pillar of Flame to go into one of these, or you simply have to play one of these to get into one of the others, just because of the storm. And yeah, so if you hit Assemble the Legion, it speaks for itself. You will be getting 1/1 creatures until they are dead. Blind Obedience, on the other hand, what you can do is you can have use the extort triggers, because you cast one spell and then you go into next one. So every spell you cast is basically 2 spells. So you can extort 2 times for every Possibility Storm you have. And Possibility Storm also works in multiples for you. Well, it works in multiples generally, but with the Curse of Exhaustion, yeah, they are out. So it's fully possible for you to have 3 extort triggers from every spell you cast. So yeah, those 2 are the win conditions. And in the sideboard, it's very much dedicated to being completely transformational. We have an extra Blind Obedience, because it's pretty sweet against really, really fast decks with many haste creatures. And we have 2 counters if we need to go a control matchup where they are counter heavy, just so we can resolve our Possibility Storm. After we resolve the Possibility Storm, it's almost impossible to counter our next move, so to say, because if they cast a counterspell, they have to Possibility Storm into another counterspell. Could happen, but it's very hard to have a game plan. And this is the transformational sideboard, where we take out the combo and possibly a couple of Terminuses, and just go complete apeshit. With Geist of Seintracht, Restoration Angels, Etherlings, and also Boros Charms to make our Supreme Verdicts one-side sweepers, Plague Wind. I haven't added the lands yet. As you can see, it's 35 cards. That means that we are running 25 lands. And we are running full playsets of what's they called? Of the shock lands, except for Sacred Foundry, which we only have 3. And we also have a couple of the M10 Innistrad lands, 1 basic island, and most importantly of all, you can build a 3-color mana base any way you want, basically. But most importantly, we have 2 Desolate Lighthouse, or the Loot House, as it is known as. Just to cycle, find our combo, and go with the Terminus. So, that was the deck. And I thought I'm gonna recap the games I played. My first game was against Kenny Exen Oberg, and well, I was there to just have fun, but the tournament nerves got the better of me, because I know he's a friendly guy in every possible way, but still he is a Pro Tour player, and that made me check out. So I misplayed. I could have played an Issa Charm into a Supreme Verdict to get rid of his voices in game 1, but instead I just sat there and draw go, completely paralyzed. And in the second game, I actually missed a trigger from a Terminus, a miracle trigger. I think that I could have done it. It was like, let's see if I have a couple of... yeah. Here we have like 2 cards that are in my hand, and I drew like this. So I still held it, but they had touched. And I thought, no, I'm not gonna try and get a miracle out of that one. That is my own fault. And it's a good way to learn, being a little harsh on yourself, even if it's in a serious tournament. So I had to calm down. Then I faced a Jund deck against a good friend of mine, and I basically just hit Terminuses and combo pieces and won. We had a really exciting game in the second game, where he was locked out, but he had a Crimson Muckwader, and that little douche, he can regenerate. I hit a Blind Obedience through my Possibility Storm, so I managed to get 1 Extort out, so I could go up to 4 before he would attack me for free. So I stayed at 1 life, drew a Terminus, which I played, or cast, and managed to hit another Terminus. So at the last possible moment, his single creature was swept away, and that's that. And the third match that I played before I dropped was against Golgari Zombies, and not much went right. I was hurting on white mana in both games, even though I did a little bit of Think Twicing and, good stuff. Is it charming? So I really tried to find a Terminus Miracle in his turn, but no. And post-sideboard, I didn't count on him having Golgari Charm, so when I Supreme Verdict, he had the charm and regenerated his team, and yeah, good game. It's a fun deck to play, and most of all, I am very intrigued by this deck because I think we can tune it a little bit, and I'm thinking that we want to make it more resilient against the very, very aggressive decks that are running around these days with 3 2/2s and shit like that. So, well, let me... I will bring up the deck one more time. Have a look at it. Please tell me what you think about it. Tell me what you think about us posting this type of videos on the channel. I don't want to do only, the gameplay videos. So I want to know what you think, and when I know what you think, maybe I can do it. Well, guys, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Peace out. Bye bye.